Our first question. When a body of mass m connected to the string of length L is whirled in a horizontal circle, okay, at a uniform angular velocity. Okay, a body of mass m is connected to a string of length L and it is whirled in a horizontal manner with a uniform angular velocity omega. Then the tension in the string is T. Okay, T be the tension there. When the length of the string is doubled and angular velocity is made omega by 2, then the tension in the string becomes. Okay, we want to find out the tension in the string when the length of the string is doubled and the angular velocity becomes halved. Okay, for this we know that when a string is whirled in a circular manner, in a horizontal circular manner, the tension which is acting on them is equal to the centripetal force Fc, that is equal to mr omega square. Okay, here radius r is the length of the string. Okay, radius r is the length of the string. Then tension T is equal to ml omega square. Okay, mass of the string is m, and what will happen to the length of the string? The length of the string is doubled. Okay, then 2l, and what about omega? Angular velocity is made omega by 2, then omega by 2 the whole square, that is T dash. Okay, new tension T dash is equal to m into 2l into omega by 2 the whole square. Okay, then on solving, m into 2l into omega square divided by 4, then it becomes equal to ml omega square divided by 2. Okay, then we can write T dash is equal to ml omega square divided by 2. Okay, what about ml omega square? Ml omega square is equal to tension T, then T dash is equal to T divided by 2. Okay, tension in the string T dash is equal to T divided by 2. Okay, here the body is whirled in a horizontal circular manner. Then the tension acting on the string, okay, horizontal circular manner in a with a uniform angular velocity. Okay, the body is having uniform angular velocity. So the tension acting on the string, that is equal to the centripetal force, which is equal to mr omega square. Here r is equal to length of the string. Then on substituting that, T is equal to ml omega square. Okay. Then nu T dash is equal to, okay, when the length is doubled and the angular velocity becomes half, then nu tension T dash is equal to m into 2l into omega by 2 the whole square. That becomes equal to ml omega square divided by 2. That's equal to T divided by 2. Okay. Second question. A body is tied to a string of length L is rotating in a vertical circle with just sufficient speed at the bottom required to complete the circle. The ratio of the kinetic energy of the body at the top and bottom is. We want to find out the ratio of kinetic energy at the top and bottom of the vertical circular motion. Okay, here a body of mass m, okay, and which is whirled in a vertical circular manner. Then what about the sufficient velocity required for the body to just complete its circular motion? Okay, velocity or speed. Okay, speed at the bottom to complete one circular motion, or to complete the circular motion, the minimum velocity or sufficient velocity required by the body to complete the circular motion, that's equal to root of 5gr. Root of 5gr. This is the sufficient velocity required for a body to complete the circular motion. Okay, in a vertical circle. Okay. And what about the velocity at the topmost point? Velocity at the topmost point is equal to V is equal to root of gr. These are the two values of velocity. Velocity at the bottom is equal to root of 5gr and velocity at the top is equal to root of gr. Okay. Then what about kinetic energy? kinetic energy at the top divided by kinetic energy at the bottom, which is equal to half m into v top square. Okay, velocity at the top square divided by half m into velocity at the bottom square. Half m get cancelled. Then it becomes equal to vt square divided by vb square. Okay. We know the value of Vt. Vt is equal to root gr and Vb is equal to root of 5 gr. Then we can substitute that. Then root of gr the whole square, that's equal to gr divided by root of 5 gr the whole square. It's equal to 5 gr. We can cancel gr. Then what about the final value? It's equal to 1 by 5. Then what about the ratio of the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy at the top divided by kinetic energy at the bottom is equal to 1 by 5. Then its ratio becomes equal to Ke at the top is to Ke at the bottom. Kinetic energy at the bottom, it's equal to 1:5. Okay, 1:5 is the ratio of kinetic energy. Okay, our next question. A body is tied to a string of length L is rotating in a vertical circle. Okay, here also the body is rotating in a vertical circular manner. If the tension in the string at the bottommost point is equal to 3 times the weight of the body. Tension in the string at the bottommost point. Okay, in the string at the topmost point. Okay, tension at the topmost point, that is equal to 3 times the weight of the body. That is 3 times mg. Okay, tension at the topmost point is equal to 3 times the weight of the body. Then the tension at the bottom point will be y times the weight of the body. Tension at the bottom point, which is y times the weight of the body. Okay, here we want to find out what about y. Okay, where y is equal to. Okay, this is our question. For this we know that what about the difference in tension at the top and bottom. Okay, tension at the bottom minus tension at the top, which is equal to 6 mg. Okay, we know this value. Tension at the bottom minus tension at the top is equal to 6 mg. Okay, here we can substitute. Okay, T bottom. Okay, tension at the bottom minus tension at the top, which is equal to 3 mg. 3 mg, which is equal to 6 mg. Okay, from here we got T bottom. Tension at the bottom is equal to 9 mg. Okay, tension at the bottom is equal to 9 mg. Okay, in our question, tension at the bottom is given, it's equal to y mg. Then y mg is equal to mg is equal to 9 mg. mg get cancelled. Then y is equal to 9. Okay, here y is equal to, that's our question. We want to find out the value of y. Y here it's equal to 9. Okay, for this equation is very important. Tension at the bottom minus tension at the top is equal to 6 mg. Okay. Our next question. A particle of mass 0.2 kg. Okay. Mass is given. Mass m is equal to 0.2 kg. On a smooth horizontal table with is whirled around a horizontal circle at the end of a string of length 0.6. Okay. That body of mass is whirled in a horizontal circular manner. Okay, that having length is equal to 0.6 meter. Okay, that string is having a length is equal to 0.6 meter at a constant angular speed. Okay, here the body is moving or whirled in a constant angular speed and it's equal to 8 radian per second. Okay. The string remains horizontal. The tension in the string is. Okay. Here the string movement is horizontal and it is in a constant angular speed. Here the body is whirled in a horizontal circular manner with uniform angular speed, then the tension which is acting on the string which is equal to, we already studied that tension in the horizontal string when it is whirled in a uniform circular manner, which is equal to ml omega square or mr omega square. Here r is equal to length of the string. Okay. M is equal to 0.2 kg into length. Length is equal to 0.6 meter into omega is equal to 8 radian per second. Then 8 square, that is equal to 64. Okay. Then it becomes equal to 0.12 into 64. Okay, on solving this is equal to 7.68 Newton. Okay, tension in the string which is equal to 7.68 Newton. Okay, here the string is whirled in a circular manner, or the body is whirled in a circular manner with the uniform angular speed. So the tension in the string T is equal to ml omega square. Then our answer is, okay, then on substituting the values of ml and omega, then tension T is equal to 7.68. Okay. Our next question, a ball is tied at the end of a 10 meter long string and it is whirled in a vertical circle. Okay, here the ball is whirled in a vertical circular manner. The minimum speed required at the topmost point is, what about the minimum speed? Already studied that the speed at the top and speed at the bottom. Okay, the minimum speed at the top. Here we want to find out minimum speed at the top. Top is equal to root of gr. Okay. Here g is taken as 10, then root of 10 into, what about the length? Okay, length of the string, that is taken as the radius. Then length is equal to 10. Therefore, 10 into 10, 100. Then root of 100 is equal to 10. Okay, 10 meter per second is the speed at the topmost point. Okay. Okay. If our question is find out the speed at the bottommost point, which equation we can use? Speed at the bottom is equal to speed at the bottom, which is equal to root of 5gr. Okay, if our question is to find out what about the speed at the bottom, then Vb is equal to root of 5gr. Then it becomes equal to root of 5 into 10 into r. R is equal to 10, then it's equal to 10 root 5. Okay, 10 root 5 meter per second is the answer. Okay, here speed at the top is equal to 10 meter per second and the speed at the bottom is equal to 10 root 5 meter per second. Okay. Next question, if the effective length of hour hand and minute hand of a clock are 3 centimeter and 6 centimeter respectively. Okay, length of hour hand and length of minute hands are given. They are 3 centimeters and 6 centimeters. Okay. If the ratio of the average speed of the ends of the hour hand and the average speed of the free ends of minute hand is, we want to find out average speed. Okay, average speed means V. V is equal to R omega. Okay, equation for the equation connecting linear velocity and angular velocity, that is V is equal to R omega. We can use that equation to find out the average speed. Okay, then speed of the hour hand divided by speed of minute hand, that is equal to, okay, length of our hand into omega of our hand divided by length of minute hand into omega of minute hand, angular velocity of minute hand. Okay. From this equation, length of our hand and length of minute hands are given. Okay, that is 3 centimeter and 6 centimeter. Now we can substitute that. Length of our hand is equal to 3 centimeter, that is 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 divided by length of minute hand, it's equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, into what about the angular velocity? Angular velocity is not given here. But we know that the equation for the omega is equal to 2 pi divided by t. Okay, T hour divided by, what about omega minute? That is equal to 2 pi divided by T minutes. Okay. Then on cancelling, 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 2 get cancelled. 3 cancelled to 6, that's equal to 2. Okay, 2 pi get cancelled. Then what about the remaining terms? It's equal to 1 by 2 into T minute divided by T hour. Okay. What about the time taken by the minute hand and hour hand? Okay. To complete the ratio of average speeds of free ends of hour hand to the average speed of free end of minute hand is. We want to find out that. For this, we know that what about the time taken for the minute hand to complete one circular motion? Okay, 60 minutes. Okay, 60 minutes is the time taken to complete one circular motion. So, 60 minute. Okay, 60 minute divided by 2 into, what about the time taken by the hour hand to complete one circular motion? Okay, to complete one circular motion, our hand take 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours. Then 60 minutes divided by 2 into 12 hours. Okay, now we want to write in terms of seconds. Okay, then V hour divided by V minute is equal to average speed of hour hand divided by average speed of minute hand is equal to 60 into 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 divided by 2 into, okay, 12 into 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60 seconds. Okay, 60 into 60 seconds, then 60 into 60. Okay, 60 into 60 divided by 2 into 12 into 60 into 60. Okay, now we can cancel this. 60 get cancelled, again 60 get cancelled, then it becomes equal to 1 by 24. Okay, 1 by 24, that's the ratio of our hand and the minute hand. VH divided by V minute is equal to 1 by 24 or 1 is to 24. Okay, VH is to V hour, our hand. Okay, average speed of our hand is to average speed of minute hand, which is equal to 1 is to 24. Okay, our next question. The ratio of angular speeds of second hand and minute hand of a watch is. We want to find out the ratio of angular speeds of second hand and minute hand. Angular speed means omega. Omega second hand divided by omega minute hand. Okay. Omega is equal to 2 pi by t. Then 2 pi by t second divided by 2 pi by t minutes. Okay. That's equal to t minute divided by t second. Okay. That's equal to, then time taken by the minute hand to complete one circular motion is 60 minutes. Okay. Then 60 minutes, 60 minutes divided by time taken by the second hands to complete one circular motion is equal to 60 seconds. Okay. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Okay, that's equal to 60 into, we want to convert it into minute. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, then 60. Okay, divided by 60 seconds. Okay, 60 get cancelled, then we can write 60 is to 1. That is the answer. Okay, time taken by the second hand to minute hand is equal to 60 is to 1. If our question is, what about the angular speeds of minute hand divided by angular speeds of second hand, we can write 1 by 60. Okay, omega minute divided by angular speed of minute hand divided by angular speed of second hand is equal to 1 by 60. Here in our question, omega second. Okay, angular speed of second hand divided by angular speed of minute hand is equal to 60 is to 1. Okay, we want to convert minute into second. Okay, time taken by the hour hand to complete one circular motion is 12 hours. Okay, then we want to convert hour into second. 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60 seconds. Okay. 3600 seconds. Okay. Then 12 into 60 into 60. Time taken by the minute hand to complete one circular motion is 60 minutes. Okay. Then what about in second? That is 60 into 60 seconds. Okay. Then time taken by the second hands to complete one circular motion is 60 seconds. Okay. If you know that, we can easily solve this type of questions in, okay. I think these questions are clear for you. If you like this video, please subscribe and enable the bell button. Thank you.